Welcome back to Infinite Heart Stories, where we explore the deepest truths of human potential and the secrets to lasting success. Today, we uncover the eternal battle between fleeting motivation and iron discipline, a choice that defines destiny for every ambitious soul. Many of us mistake the fire of emotion for the fuel of progress, but true power lies in the quiet grind. Motivation is like a flash in the pan, burning bright but fading fast when the cold winds of reality start blowing. Discipline, however, is the unmoving rock, the foundation that remains solid regardless of how you feel or what the weather brings. Let us begin with the story of Daniel, a runner born with natural gifts that most athletes could only dream of. When Daniel felt good, he was unstoppable, moving with a grace and speed that made running look like a simple dance. But Daniel was a slave to his moods, only training when the sun was shining and his energy levels were high. His training log was inconsistent, filled with gaps and excuses, relying entirely on the fragile feeling of motivation to get moving. He believed that he needed to feel inspired to act, waiting for a magical wave of energy that rarely ever came. On days when he felt tired or just a little bit sad, Daniel would simply stay in bed and sleep in. His performance became a roller coaster of highs and lows, lacking the stability needed to build true endurance for the long run. Slowly, the natural talent began to fade, eroded by the lack of consistent effort and the reliance on fleeting emotions. He told everyone he was ready for the big race, masking his insecurity with arrogance, hoping his talent would save him. The day of the championship arrived, the stadium buzzing with energy, a test that would expose who had truly done the work. Daniel started strong, fueled by the adrenaline of the crowd and the excitement of the moment, leading the pack early on. But as the adrenaline faded and the real work began, his lack of conditioning started to show in his heavy legs. Panic set in as runners he used to beat easily began to pass him, leaving him behind in the dust. He collapsed before the finish line, not because he lacked potential, but because he lacked the discipline to nurture that gift. This painful failure was the inevitable result of a life built on the shifting sands of motivation, rather than solid discipline. Now, let us look at Marcus, an athlete with no special genetic advantages, but possessed of a will of iron. Every single morning, his alarm would ring at 5:30, and Marcus would rise before his mind could make excuses. It did not matter if it was raining, snowing, or if he felt tired. The schedule was his only master. He did not ask himself if he wanted to run. He simply ran, because that is what he did every day. His calendar was a testament to consistency, a visual representation of a promise he kept to himself day after day. Discipline extended beyond the track, governing what he ate, how he slept, and how he prepared his mind for victory. He embraced the boredom of repetition, understanding that greatness is simply doing the mundane things better than anyone else. Slowly but surely, the average body was carved into a masterpiece of athletic performance, built by the chisel of discipline. When race day came, Marcus did not need hype or adrenaline. He had the quiet confidence of a prepared warrior. He ran his own race, trusting in the thousands of miles he had banked in the early mornings alone. As he passed the talented Daniel, it was the triumph of hard work over talent, of consistency over occasional bursts of intensity. Marcus won not because he was faster on paper, but because he was stronger in spirit, forged by unwavering discipline. This victory was earned in the dark, in the rain, and in the cold, long before the crowds ever arrived. Even Daniel had to bow his head in respect, realizing that talent without discipline is like a car without fuel. Coach Martinez watched them both and decided it was time to teach them the most important lesson of their lives. He gathered them close and shared a metaphor that would change their perspective on training and life forever. He told them that motivation is like the wind. It blows strong and pushes you forward, but it is unpredictable. You cannot rely on the wind to get you to your destination, for it may die down when you need it most. Discipline, the coach explained, is like the roots of a mighty tree, hidden deep underground where no one can see. These roots hold the tree upright against the fiercest storms, providing stability and nourishment regardless of the external conditions. While motivation is loud and visible like the leaves, discipline is silent and essential, the true source of endurance and life. To build these roots, Martinez shared 3 unbreakable laws that every champion must follow to master the art of discipline. Listen closely, for these 3 rules are the blueprint for transforming your dreams into inevitable reality through consistency. Rule number 1. Schedule your actions and never negotiate with your feelings when the time comes to execute. Amateurs wait until they feel like working. Professionals work because the calendar says it is time to work. You must separate your performance from your feelings, treating your tasks as mandatory appointments that cannot be canceled or moved. Treat your goals with the seriousness of a soldier on duty. Feelings are irrelevant when the mission must be completed. Rule number 2. Never break the chain. Create a visual streak of success that you will fear to interrupt. Each day you complete your task, you add a link to the chain. Your only job is to not let it break. This visual momentum creates a psychological barrier against quitting, making it harder to stop than to simply keep going. Consistency compounds over time, turning small daily actions into massive results that seem impossible to those who lack discipline. Rule number 3. Adapt. Do not quit. If you are sick or tired, reduce the intensity but keep the habit alive. It is better to do 5 minutes of stretching than to do nothing at all. Protect the habit at all costs. The goal on bad days is not to set records, but to show up and prove that you are still in control. Zeros are the enemy of progress. Anything is better than 0, because it keeps the mental pathway of discipline open. Daniel took these lessons to heart, joining Marcus in the early mornings, building his own roots deep into the earth. Together they proved that while talent is a gift, discipline is a choice that we must make every single day. Storms will come and motivation will fade, but your roots of discipline will ensure you are still standing when the sun returns. Success is not a sprint fueled by excitement. It is a marathon fueled by the quiet refusal to ever give up. Now look at yourself in the mirror and ask, are you building roots, or are you just chasing the wind? This truth applies to every dream you hold, whether you are an artist, an entrepreneur, or simply seeking a better life. Your story is written by the habits you keep when no one is watching, not by the dreams you talk about. Time is relentless and waits for no one. Do not let another day pass waiting for the perfect moment to start. Start today. Start small, but be relentless. Let your discipline break through the concrete of resistance holding you back. Put down the distractions, ignore the doubts, and take the first step towards building the life you truly deserve. Remember the alarm. Remember the rain. Remember the roots. And remember that you are stronger than your fleeting emotions. The path of discipline is not easy, but it is the only path that leads to places worth going to. Embrace the struggle, fall in love with the process, and you will find that in the end, discipline is ultimate freedom. As the sun rises on a new day, you have a choice to make. Will you sleep or will you rise? Tie your shoes, face the door, and step out into the world to claim what is yours through hard work. May your roots be deep, your will be strong, and your journey be filled with the quiet joy of self-mastery. We hope this story has planted a seed of strength in your heart that will grow into a mighty forest. If you found value in this message, please like and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Check out our other videos for more stories that touch the soul and ignite the fire of potential within you. Thank you for watching Infinite Heart Stories. Subscribe now to nurture your mind, strengthen your spirit, and master your life.